The next essential key in establishing credit is making sure that you have a savings account. That's right. And not just any savings account. I'm going to put you guys on game. I want you to research a high interest yield savings account. If you've never heard of this before, please Google it, read about it. Now, what you could do is you can go to Google and type in high interest yield savings account NerdWallet. That's a service that I like to use. They do a good job at listing different high interest yield savings. And you can read about each company and the way that they break down and find the company that fits for you. My suggestion would be going with a company with no minimum balance required. Basically saying that you could have 25 cents and still open an account for high interest yield savings. The reason why I'm saying high interest yield savings is because that's a very good way to maintain your money over a period of time. You're already doing so by putting your money in a regular bank, brick and mortar bank. Now, high interest yield savings are through online banks. Some do have brick and mortar branches, but it may not be common in your area. But don't let that discourage you in opening an account through this company, because it's for your benefit over time. Now, they may pay an interest rate of 1.5 or 1.7, or I've even seen 2.0, which is a pretty good percentage rate. If you're going to let your money sit in account anyway, why not get a higher interest on your money? Now, the difference between this may be $1,000, for example, in a regular savings account at 0.5%, and that will get you 10 cent, 15 cent each month, versus having it in a high interest yield savings account at 1.5%. That same $1,000 would have you a payout of $1.10. This is just rough math that I'm doing off the top of my head. This is not necessarily accurate numbers, but if you want to check that, please do so. So that the difference is very major. It's the difference between having a free 70 cent, a free 80 cent. Like, why wouldn't you want more money from your money that's already sitting in the bank? Makes sense to me. That's a little game. Look into that. When looking to establish your high interest yield savings account, I do not mean in any way, shape, or form to neglect or to even close out your current account, your current bank accounts. You will still need to have a regular brick and mortar bank. The high interest yield is more so to build your money over time at a higher percentage. You still need a regular checking or a regular savings, whichever one suits you. I would say have a regular checkings account that you have your money from your job direct deposited into. You take out that $200 and send it to your high interest yield savings each month, and you do with the rest of that money what you budgeted for. You see, you get me? So don't necessarily cut out your regular checkings or your regular savings account for a high interest yield savings. They both are essential. They both play a part and they contribute to each other. So make sure you tie into that and understand that you can have multiple accounts just like you can have multiple lines of credit. And we're going to get into that. The essential key number 3, which is credit itself. All right, the key here is to understand that credit is not free money. I'm gonna say that again. Credit is not free money. Credit must be used responsibly. It is not a game, people. And what you need to do is, just like we did with the high interest yield savings, you also can review different credit card companies and their requirements and what they offer at your current level as far as establishing yourself within credit. Okay, you want to read carefully what it is that each company offers. For example, the things that you should look for are annual fees. When you're applying, you do not want to apply for a credit card that comes with a annual fee. You're just now getting yourself established. I'm pretty sure you're also just now budgeting, just now saving, so you don't want to put yourself behind an 8 ball by paying a company every year just to use their service. That's a no-go. We do not want any annual fees. Another thing is you want to look for a company that pays in your interest. And by that, we're going to dive into it more in this next slide with different types of credit cards. So, rule number 3, read, understand what the company is offering. Do not be tripped up by the percentages that they have, that they might charge in interest, because I'm gonna tell you how to avoid that interest. So read, find the company that's right for you, and take that step into establishing yourself within credit.